The Elector of Mainz was one of the 7 prince-electors of the Holy Roman Empire, both a ruling prince and an archbishop. The Elector of Mainz held a powerful position during the Middle Ages and retained some importance until the dissolution of the empire in 1806. The Elector of Mainz was president of the Electoral College, arch-chancellor of the empire and primate of Germany. The origin of the title dates back to 747, when the city of Mainz was made the seat of an archbishop, and a succession of able and ambitious prelates, obtaining lands and privileges from emperors and others, made the district under the rule a strong and vigorous state. Among these men were important figures in the history of Germany such as Hatto I, Siegfried III, Peter of Aspel, and Albert of Mainz. There were several violent contests between rivals anxious to secure so splendid a position as the elector, and the power struggles of the archbishops occasionally moved the citizens of Mainz to revolt. The lands of the elector lay around Mainz, and were on both banks of the Rhine. Their area at the time of the French Revolution was about 3,200 square m. The last elector was Karl Theodor von Dalberg. The archbishopric was secularized in 1803, 2 years after the lands on the left bank of the Rhine had been seized by France. Some of those on the right bank of the river were given to Kingdom of Prussia and to the Duchy of Hesse. Others were formed into a Grand Duchy. The then archbishop elected Dalberg. The archbishopric itself was transferred to the Principality of Regensburg. Elector of Mainz. The Archbishop of Mainz was an influential ecclesiastic and secular prince in the Holy Roman Empire between 780 to 782 and 1802. In church hierarchy, the Archbishop of Mainz was the primus Germaniae, the substitute for the Pope north of the Alps. Aside from Rome, the See of Mainz is the only other see referred to as a Holy See, although this usage became rather less common. This archbishopric was a substantial ecclesiastical principality of the Holy Roman Empire. The ecclesiastical principality included lands near Mainz on both the left and right banks of the Rhine, as well as territory along the Main above Frankfurt, the Eichsfeld region in Lower Saxony and Thuringia, and the territory around Erfurt in Thuringia. The archbishop was also, traditionally, one of the imperial prince-electors, the arch-chancellor of Germany, and presiding officer of the Electoral College technically from 1251 and permanently from 1263 until 1803. The see was established in ancient Roman times, in the city of Mainz, which had been a Roman provincial capital called Mogontiacum, but the office really came to prominence upon its elevation to an archdiocese in 788. The first bishops before the 4th century have legendary names, beginning with Crescens. The first verifiable bishop of Mainz was Martinus in 343. The ecclesiastical and secular importance of Mainz dates from the accession of Saint Boniface to the see in 747. Boniface was previously an archbishop, but the honor did not immediately devolve upon the see itself until his successor Lullius. In 1802, Mainz lost its archiepiscopal character. In the secularizations that accompanied the Reichsdeputation's Hauptschluss of 1803, the seat of the elector, Karl Theodor von Dalberg, was moved to Regensburg, and the electorate lost its left bank territories to France. Its right bank areas along the Main below Frankfurt to Hesse-Darmstadt and the Nassau princes, and Eichsfeld and Erfurt to Prussia. Dalberg retained the Aschaffenburg area however, and when the Holy Roman Empire finally came to an end in 1806, this became the core of Dalberg's new Duchy of Frankfurt. Dalberg resigned in 1813, and in 1815 the Congress of Vienna divided his territories between the King of Bavaria, the Elector of Hesse, the Grand Duke of Hesse-Darmstadt, and the Free City of Frankfurt. The modern Diocese of Mainz was founded in 1802, within the territory of France, and in 1814 its jurisdiction was extended over the territory of Hesse-Darmstadt. Since then it has had two cardinals, and via various concordats was allowed to retain the medieval tradition of the cathedral chapter electing a successor to the bishop, bishops and archbishops.